Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
And I'm Grace.
And here we are with this series where we're going through our top
three
games for every single letter of the alphabet.
And we are on the loopy L's.
Yeah, we're nearing the halfway point of this series. So yeah, I don't know, I guess let's just get right into it. You want me to go first?
Yep.
Okay. So here's the thing about the L's. There are a lot of great games to start with L.
There are.
So it was tough narrowing them down because my number 3 you might think would be my number 1. Because my number 3 is a zombie game called Last Night on Earth.
Okay.
I know. Which is a huge, like, team versus team game where half of the people...
Well, not half.
Okay, not half, but one team is zombies.
Which is the smaller group.
Yep, and then one team is heroes.
Which is the bigger group.
Yep, and I'm like basically obsessed with collecting everything for this game because there's all kinds of promos and tons of expansions and all kinds of like weird stuff you can download from the website and stuff you can order from the website.
And crazy combos and all that stuff.
All kinds of promo cards and stuff, yeah. So basically, yeah, like it's basically just zombies versus humans. Yeah.
So, yeah, you basically have to... Basically, the zombies have to kill off the heroes.
Well, that's the thing.
Of their win conditions.
Well, okay, it depends because there's like a big, huge stack of like scenario cards, and sometimes the zombies have to do different things, or the humans have to do different things to win it. So like, there's a ton of possibilities.
Yes.
And there's there's like these L-shaped like map tiles that you pick randomly. So like the setup is random every time. You know, you can pick. There's all kinds of different like human characters.
Yeah.
And there's like gigantic stacks of like cards that like do all kinds of crazy things from both sides.
Event cards.
Yep.
And there's also weapons that heroes get.
Yep. And then there's like we have like the 20th or 10th anniversary edition. Yeah. So like there's like all kinds of like different upgrades and stuff too that people can get.
Is there a 20th anniversary?
No, it's the 10th.
Is there a 20th yet though?
No, I don't think so because that came out in 2007.
Okay.
2007. So. It's not quite to the 20th yet. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's like it basically takes the idea of like a cheesy zombie movie.
Why wouldn't there be the 20th?
Well, 2017 would be the 10th.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it basically takes the idea of like a cheesy zombie movie and makes it into a game where it's pretty silly. It's not like super serious, and it's a lot of dice rolling. And yeah, I don't know. That's my number 3, and honestly, it probably could have been my number 1. Based on the amount that I actually like it. But there's 2 things that I rank even higher. So,
well, my number 3 is actually Last Will.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically the theme of the game is that you're like super rich ancestor.
Yeah.
Like you're however many people like sort of like brothers and sisters or whatever. And basically you get a little portion of your super rich ancestors' fortune because they recently passed away.
Right.
And so their will is going to one of you.
Right.
And
their huge fortune. Yeah.
Which you get a certain amount of money. And the goal of the game is to spend as much as you can.
And as fast as you can.
And you can even go into debt, which is funny. Because you can go into debt, which is...
not always easy.
It's not always easy, but it's good when you go into debt, because that means it's even more money than
right. So ideally, it's basically like a worker placement game, right?
Yes. Because you can basically... There's like stuff that triggers every round that maybe like will get rid of your money. There's one-time stuff that gets rid of your money. Basically, all you want to do is find the stuff that gets rid of your money, but sometimes you actually have to buy stuff which will get rid of your money to trigger other stuff that gets rid of your money.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, right? Is you're using your little like errand boy dudes and you're putting them out into like get these cards, and then the cards are like different ways to spend money, like having dinner reservations or like carriage rides or taking friends with you on all these things that spend extra money.
Or literally going like your horse in the movie theater.
Right, you can not movie theater, but it's theater, I guess. So
so
yeah, you can take your horse to the theater with you. And that costs money.
It depends on how much errand boys you get because there's this big row of and you pick which one you want.
There's like a turn order track that you select.
It's like the more beneficial it is. It could be more beneficial to go to last place.
Right, you'll
because
get
you get all
more
the
actions,
stuff,
more cards, yeah.
But it could be beneficial to get first place so that you can immediately...
First selection.
Yeah, so you can immediately get whatever you want.
Yeah, see, it's like you're playing that balance. Like, do I want to go first and get less actions, or do I go later and get more actions? But then I might not get the cards that are...
But then you also might just... A good thing to always do is just go in the middle, possibly, so that you get a good amount of like you're not too far behind. But sometimes even the middle is far behind. Like you're still last.
It can be if everybody's rushing to get like one or two cards that are like way better than the others that are sitting out there. So
yeah, that's Last Will. It's really fun.
That's your number 3, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So my number 2 is basically the game that got us into playing board games. So you probably know what that one is,
so you
right?
see, that's actually my number. That would be my number 4.
Oh, okay. So just off the list. But yeah, my number 2 is Legendary Marvel, because that's the only one we've ever. I think that's the only one we've ever played. But there's the only one we own.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I've told this story before, but basically, we were looking for something to do with a friend on once a week or whatever, and because, I saw Legendary Marvel sitting there on the shelf at Target.
Mainly because you guys used to watch movies.
Yeah.
But then I started picking up on bad words when I was
you were getting a little too old to watch R-rated movies in front of anymore. So anyway, so we saw it sitting on the shelf at Target, and I was like, I wonder if this is fun. I'll buy it. And turns out it was a lot of fun. And we basically played it like once a week for like, I don't know, like a year straight.
I know that I remember parts of it, but I remember you guys had like a wind tracker like
we did it.
Up back there before, like there's like this big shelf
back when we
games.
just had like one game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a whiteboard with scoreboards on it. Yeah. But anyway, it's a pretty simple deck building game where you get a hand of like basic cards, and you're using those cards to buy like the hero actions, and then then they get better, and you make your deck better, and you draw so many cards, and you play them out, and you're just trying to defeat the villains that are going through the city. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think I have to say a whole lot about this. It's basically Marvel heroes fighting Marvel villains with cards.
And if you know Legendary, it's pretty similar. There's always differences.
There's a bunch. Well, I mean, I think this is the original one though. So
yeah.
But there's a lot of different themes that you can buy Legendary games with. So I don't know. It's my number 2, Legendary Marvel,
and also my number 4.
Okay,
my number 2 is Liftoff. It's a pretty simple game, but it can be challenging at sometimes. But what you're doing is you're like a little colony of your different colored like alien guys
on a planet.
On a planet that's like about to explode.
Yeah.
And everything. So basically, your goal of the game is to actually get off that planet before it explodes.
Get as many of your little alien meeples off before the little explosion tracker gets down. So,
but the way you do that is you. Basically, there's around the center of the board, which is where the Gargalor dude is.
Yeah, he's like he's the monster that's trying to mess with you. Yeah.
And then around the center of the board is different ways to get off the planet, which some of them will need to be activated by like screws or oil.
Right.
Like, which you can get from various different ways.
Yeah, we have a hand of cards. Yeah.
Yep. So, which is the way you could get off. I'm pretty sure. I think there's only one that is not. You don't need cards to do it, but you need every single different color.
Well, maybe, but like say what like the weird ways that you get off the planet.
Yeah, there's some weird ways. Like sometimes you just literally jetpack off the.
Jetpack to get off the planet. Yep.
Or you slingshot.
Yep, slingshot to get off the planet.
What else is there?
There's a Stargate that like you can teleport off the planet. Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's hard to activate.
Yeah, maybe, but like there's like just all kinds of weird stuff like catapults and or whatever.
And there's
to fling yourself off the planet.
Oh, and you can get cards that will like make you like roll a die, or like other things to do that will like that'll affect the planet.
Okay.
Like sometimes
to accelerate or decelerate the explosion. Yeah.
Or it'll like sometimes it can like literally rip off a piece a way to get off and put a different one on.
So swap out the methods.
Yep. And it also, so we said that there's a Gargalor dude, like, in the middle.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name,
Gargalor, yeah, that's
yeah. But so he'll go around and actually block the spaces.
Right.
So that you cannot get off from that space.
Right. I don't know why he's just like a mindless monster that runs around
Nope.
that you can use to like stop other people from
Yep. Like
successfully escaping. Yeah.
and then you get off. So yeah, basically it's pretty simple, but the goal of the game is just to get all your little alien dudes off the planet.
Or as many as you can.
Before it blows off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Or as many as you can.
Yep. That's a super
Yep.
cute game with like the little cute alien meeples. So yeah, that's a fun one. All right.
So what is your number one?
Well, my number one's already been mentioned, and that's definitely Last Will.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean we already talked about it, so I don't have to go into it again. But I don't know, it's a super fun game because the theme is so just like ridiculously silly, right?
Yep.
Where you're like, yeah, you're gonna go on your boat ride, and you're gonna bring your horse, and you're gonna bring your chef, and you're gonna bring your girlfriend.
Yep.
And that costs a lot of money because you got to pay for the accommodations for all those people,
Yep.
right? Yep.
But-
you got freeloading friends, and you go take them to the gentleman's club, and all you know,
all sorts of stuff.
just ridiculousness.
Another one thing I want to talk about is that there's a few expansions that
There's one expansion, yeah.
Yeah, there's one expansion that you could get, where basically you have to get fired from your
Right,
job.
because it gives you a job.
by
yeah.
doing different stuff.
Right.
That
Because the job gives you income every round, and you don't want income because you want no money. Like,
Because-
that's almost a necessary expansion because it makes like the turn order track modular too. So-
it just makes it better.
Yeah.
So yeah, but basically you have to do some different types of stuff to get fired because your boss does not like that.
Yep, and it's a super fun game.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is.
enjoy that one. So that's my
So
number
yeah,
one.
my number one is actually Last Night on Earth.
Yeah, I figured
I
that.
was actually surprised that you did not.
It's
put
hard,
That as number one.
dude. It's hard because like there's so many good L games.
There are so many good L games, but yeah, we pretty much explained what
Mm-hmm.
Last Night on Earth is. It is a really fun like zombie game. I mean, it might take a bit to get to the table, but
And it can be pretty luck dependent because it's dice and
but it's
and
still
cards and stuff,
really
but-
fun.
But yeah, as long as you're like in the mood for playing that,
There's still strategy in it too.
yes,
Yeah.
but
So it's really fun.
you have to accept that like sometimes the dice are just not going to roll the way you
Yeah.
want them to.
But it is a really fun like game. So
Yeah, we have a great time with that one. So
that's
okay.
that is my number one.
All right, cool. So we had two crossovers, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And then also since there's so many L games, I'm just going to mention a couple here that I had on my list but didn't make it, like Lanterns. The tile
yep.
game Lanterns, classic, right? It's
It
super
is.
fun.
We even have like a poster up there somewhere.
Yeah, like a print, an art print. Yep. A Letter Jam, which I know you don't like that much, but it's
insanely hard.
it's a really good like deduction game where you're trying to figure out words. I also had Lost Cities, which is a 2-player like card game back and forth where you're trying to
I've never played that.
You haven't? Okay.
No, all right.
And then the other one is the Lost Expedition, which we primarily play like solo,
Yeah.
where you're just trying to get from one end of the map to the other, and just all kinds of like calamities that
All
happen along
sorts
the
of
way.
absolute annoyingness.
Yep. Did you have any other honorable mentions?
No, it was just legendary.
Just legendary. Yeah. Okay.
That's my
So
number
cool.
4.
All right. That wraps up the L's.
Mm-hmm.
And we're almost, like I said, we're almost at the halfway point. So it's pretty exciting that even though it's taken us a while.
Next up is the Oopsie-O's.
And it's not. M is actually after L.
Oh, yeah.
So oopsie indeed. That's
Yeah.
okay. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. So, all right. If you want to go ahead and comment on some of your favorite games that start with the letter L down below, and I'll take a look at them. And I always respond to comments. And I, of course, appreciate people liking and subscribing and all that stuff. So,
Yep.
all right. See you later, everybody.
Bye. Why do I not know the alphabet?
I know you should write it down.